Hello and all, welcome to the Galaxy Man Show. So, for my very next guest of this week is this sensational artist that I've had on my show before named Tyla Rodrigues. So, I'm about to add Tyla into the live now and have a chat with Tyla about her sensational new song that she's released called Miss Calls. So, yeah, I'm proud to announce Tyla on the show again. So, yeah, please welcome Tyla, and here we go. Hello,
Hello.
Tyla. How's it going? Uh,
Hear me all right?
yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for joining my show again. It's such an incredible pleasure having you on the show again for tonight. So, for people that don't know who you are, if you give like a bit of backstory about yourself, and then we'll dive right into the questions.
Sure. My name is Tyla Rodrigues, and I'm a country music artist. I've been doing country music now for what feels like forever. It's only really been handful of months. Sort of started this year, and I've just released my second single. I released my debut single, "All She Is," July 15th. And it's been an incredible journey so far, and I'm just so excited now that my next one's out.
Awesome. We'll dive right into the questions now, Tyler. So, my very first question, with your new song release out now called Miss Calls, like what is it like having this new song out called Miss Calls, and what's the meaning behind this brand new song?
So this song actually was inspired by a Chris Stapleton song. I was actually just, chilling out, listening to some music, and it was a song that I'd never heard before. It's called Daddy Doesn't Pray Anymore. And recently, actually, I've been listening to a whole bunch of kind of modern gospel music, which is, um, really different for me. And I just found a theme throughout all of those songs was, Jesus or God is, the person that's going to be your constant, somebody that you can constantly go to and that is constantly going to be there for you. And so I actually just took a lot of inspiration from that song and thought, what if I flipped that whole idea on its head and kind of wrote the song from the perspective of somebody that has done so much wrong and they've kept doing so much wrong that even now God or Jesus has just gone, nope, like you're done for. I'm not helping you anymore. Um, so that's really how this song came about. And once I kind of got that idea in my head of like flipping that whole thing on its, on its head, um, I just, kind of ran with it. And the song came together really quickly. I actually wrote it in probably about an hour or so. Obviously, some words changed here and there, but it was a song that came to me really quickly because I just loved the idea of taking a theme that was so strong, and just maybe playing around with it a little bit.
So, on to my very next question. So, how does it make you feel like as an artist, like getting to finally release Miss Calls? Like, how are your emotions feeling like right now? Like that it's finally out there, out to the world, and that, yeah, people are listening to it.
I was really nervous like releasing it, as it was the same as All She Is, my first single release. It's pretty mortifying, like taking something that you create and just putting it out into the world, and not really knowing how people are going to take it, um, or yeah, like how it will be taken by people. Like, will they enjoy it? Will they not? Will they, especially for this song, like I know like religion is a touchy subject, but I had a lot of faith in the fact that this song has, no hard feelings. Like I just really took an idea that I thought was a really nice one, like of having that constant in your life, and then just sort of going, taking it from that other perspective where it's a little bit funny and almost putting a bit of a funny twist on it to go, what if someone's done so much wrong that even the person that's there for you all the time just goes, no, I'm finished with you as well. So there was a lot of nerves behind this one because it's also very different to All She Is. So I think it's easy for artists to get kind of put in a pigeonhole when they release a song. Like if it's a slow song, people are always going to go, oh, this artist like does a lot of ballads and a lot of slow, soppy music. But yeah, this one is very different to All She Is. So I just hope people take that as me as an artist, is all my songs can be very different. And but yeah, I'm just really happy that it's out there. Really, really happy.
So onto that. So like, why do you recommend people to go listen to Miss Calls? Like to people that haven't listened to it yet, why do you recommend it?
Well, anybody that loves that 90s style honky tonk country music um, should go listen to it, because that's exactly what I was inspired by. I was really influenced by people like, Vince Gill, Brooks and Dunn, Randy Travis did some songs similar, that real, like I said, honky tonk feel. And it's something that I grew up absolutely loving the sound of. And I think, it's something that you don't hear too much anymore. So it's just really awesome to me that me and my producer were able to create a sound like that. And so for anybody that likes that sound, there's my recommendation. If you're looking for something that sounds like that in those 90s country songs, you should give Miss Calls a listen.
So onto my very next question. So New Year's Eve, you have a gig, like a massive gig for New Year's Eve planned. That's with Jared also. Uh, what's to expect from this New Year's Eve event? And yeah, what do you have? Like, what kind of like songs, vibes do you have for this New Year's Eve event, if I may ask?
Well, first of all, it's a band gig, which is always so exciting. So super exciting. So the band is coming along. Jared and myself have just actually a couple of days ago put together the whole set list. Um, so there's a whole bunch of, loved covers in there, some real upbeat, awesome tunes. And there's also all of our originals are in there. So we're going to be mixing it up. So anybody that's coming along to New Year's Eve, you can hear, our released music or music that you haven't heard before that we may be releasing in the future. So for the first hour, it's going to be myself and Jared on our acoustic guitars. And then for the last 3 hours of the night into midnight, it's going to be us and the band just kicking it off and having a great time. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, for my very next question, onto cover songs now. So, like, what like is your all-time favorite cover song to perform of all time, and why?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think two categories go into this question, because there's songs that I love to sing because I love to sing them, or there's songs that I love to sing because the audience loves to sing them. So I just, it never gets old when you can sing a song that people just love and you get a room full of people singing. And that song for me is Have You Ever Seen the Rain by Creedence Clearwater Revival. Um, and that song it's actually become a bit of like a competition now for myself and Jared. Whenever we go to a different venue, like always challenge the audience. We take the song to every venue and, the whole place sings it. And if you can be louder than the last place, then you guys are winners. And without a doubt, every time the audience just screams that song. So that's definitely that category. But songs that I love to sing for myself is probably any songs with a lot of feeling behind it. I really love to be able to make the audience feel something when I sing a song. So a song that I love to sing is something called Waxahachie by Miranda Lambert, which is about, leaving your hometown and, missing your hometown and things like that. So that's a really nice song. Or even I Hope You Dance by Leanne Womack is a song that I've actually released on my Spotify, a cover of. And that I think is just another beautiful song that I really love to perform.
So onto my very next question. So if you could go anywhere onto or like any place, any country in the world for your music, like what part of the country would you want to go to and why?
I bet every single country music artist that you ask this question to says Nashville. So I'm going to say Nashville too. It's got to be Nashville, or really just anywhere, I think, in the States. If I could leave, um, you know, Australia and get over there and I feel like, obviously there's a huge, huge country music love that comes out of America and those sort of southern states. And I would just love to go over there and witness that and just be a part of that and be able to perform to a whole nother group of people that just love country music. So that's where I would choose.
So on to my very next question. So what advice do you have, like if you could talk to your younger self and looking over your career, in the music industry. Like, if you could talk to your younger self, what advice would you give to younger Tyla, like looking back?
I would tell younger Tyla to pay more attention in guitar and piano lessons. I would I would tell her that. From a young age, my dad is extremely musical. He's a musician his whole life, and so my mum and dad put me into piano lessons in primary school, and I just didn't want a bar of it. And then after that, they tried me on guitar lessons, and I just refused to practice ever. And so I really regret all of that. If I could go back now, I'd tell her to just stick with piano and stick with guitar because it would really help her in the long run.
So, on to my very last question. So, what is next for you, like music wise, for the end of 2022 to lead into 2023? Like, what's next?
What's next? Next is obviously New Year's Eve. It's our very first headlining show, so we are so excited for that. I've also got some incredible shows coming up actually with Vixens of Fall and Will Day. We're going on a cruise, a country cruise to sing some songs, so that should be incredible. And then soon after all of that is Tamworth Country Music Festival, which is going to be a killer of a time. Myself and Jared have something like six to eight headlining shows, which is just insane. So we are working hard with the band at the moment, and to get New Year's Eve gigs all sorted, and we may or may not be having a band with us for a couple of our Tamworth shows as well. So that's what's coming up, and we're really looking forward to it. And then soon after that, maybe there might be another release coming out. But we'll talk more about that further on when I come back and chat to you again, Jacob.
Awesome. Sounds good. Well, would you like to perform your song on the show, by the way, Tyla?
I would love to. I would
Awesome.
love to. I can do that. Alrighty. This is Miss Calls. Jesus, don't answer my calls. Now he shows me right to the door. He don't answer my calls. I've been living a reckless life, and trouble is all I see. I know I only call when I need a hand, but this time I need it bad. I'm in trouble, out of my control. Would you answer my calls? 'Cause Jesus don't answer my calls anymore. He used to offer me forgiveness, now shows me right to let go. And we used to be friends, Lord, and I don't know what I did to be denied. But Jesus, don't answer my calls no more. I've done so much wrong that I can't make it right. And yeah, we've written this rodeo, but I'm begging on my knees, will you let me alone now? And with amen, that's what you please. Would you answer me? 'Cause Jesus won't answer my calls anymore. He used to offer me forgiveness, and showed me right to let go. And we used to be friends, Lord, and I don't know what I did to be denied. But Jesus won't answer my calls no more. Yeah, Jesus won't answer my calls no more. Yeah, Jesus won't answer my calls no more.
Wow, Tyla. Oh my God, that is truly sensational. Your
Thank
voice
you.
is always amazing, and listening to your songs are just insane. Like you have so much talent, like you really do, Tyler. And
Thank you so
your,
much.
as you mentioned first, like your first song that you released, "All She Is," was a hit, and now this song, "Miss Calls," that you just played, is a new, very, very new, incredible hit. And I just want to say, keep on shining. Like you have such a bright future ahead of yourself. You really do. And
Thank
we need
you.
more inspiring artists like yourself. So keep up the amazing work. Do you have like any last final thoughts you'd like to share to people on the show?
No final thoughts. I'd just like to say a huge thank you for having me on the show and chatting to me and giving me an opportunity to sing my song. I really appreciate it, and you keep up the good work too.